Alright, I recorded this. I did a take of this in my last video. It didn't fucking save. So I'm doing another one. This is the first impact of the new year. Only one person, when I asked you guys, should I do this for 2018? Only one person responded and they told me that I should. So I'm going to, at least for as well as I can. Um, I, I'm happy that they're bringing back, I didn't talk about this in the video, but they're bringing back Lockdown. That was one of my favorite pay-per-views forever. I saw the first one. I attended the 2014 edition. Why they did away with that pay per view is beyond me. Um, if they were gonna kill their pay per views, which I wish they continued, because the one night only shows they don't do it for me, bro. Unless it's a knockout show, I don't really like them because I don't like them fighting for $2,000 and shit like that. The battle royal for $100,000 or whatever. Um, I like when they had the gut check because it was indie talent that I knew, just like the women. They'll have women that I've seen wrestle live. So it'll be nice if they could have like Amber Nova or Roxy Roog or something like that, Amanda Rodriguez, Ava Story. But their other pay per views just they don't do it for me for the most part, and people were getting injured on them and shit. So Lockdown coming back is a great thing. It's on my birthday weekend, and they should have just when they canned their pay per view concept, they should have just kept Lockdown, Slammiversary, and Bound for Glory. But it seems that they're doing that for 2018, and I like that. Now, we opened up with the X Division, which I'm not a big fan of. Ishimori has had Colt of Lee's number for quite some time now. And this was a great match to open the new year of Impact. Before this, they showed highlights from 2017. It was wise that they did the 2 week impacts of the best stuff because people were on vacation. But they showed that. They showed clips from 2017, and then they showed what they have in store for the future, 2018. And Ishimori, man, he did it, bro. He won the X Division Championship from Trevor Lee. I like that a lot. He's super talented. And hopefully Trevor Lee won't win it back because he's like a 5-time champion in the past of like 3 years, and I don't like it. Hopefully they can bring in some international talent for Ishimori. Maybe have Drago come in or something. But I'm happy Ishimori is the champion. And him winning was a great moment from Trevor Lee, him winning the X title. And I'm a fan of it. I like it a lot. Mackenzie Mitchell is gorgeous and she glows when she's interviewing. She glows, bro. She's interviewing Cowboy James Storm. And Cowboy James Storm, the Tennessee Cowboys, hyped up. He's like, I'm going to take out Dan Lambert and their ATT idiots out of Impact. And you know something? I was really hoping that he would. I really was. Now we have the Grand Impact Championship. It's a triple threat match. Fallah Bah versus Matt Sydal versus EC3 who's defending. Now I was hoping that once this was a triple threat match, they would do. Nobody saw that. They would do away with the rules. Fuck. They would do away with the rules, but nope. They still have the judges and EC3 retains. Bro, I'm gonna rant on this because somebody actually brought the rules up later in the show. But yeah, EC3 retains. He makes a stupid face. I don't know why, because he's leaving. I don't want him to leave. He's like one of the biggest guys on Impact. Him, James Storm, Lashley, who's the real big dog in there, and Eddie Edwards, former world champion. James Storm, I think it was a mistake when he left NXT, but I was happy to see him in Impact. He reforms Beer Money, and then the glorious, selfish prick Bobby Roode goes to WWE, killing Beer Money. They reformed Beer Money when James Storm came back, and then as soon as that happens, Bobby Roode leaves and goes to NXT. But yeah, EC3 retains. I'm going to rant on this later. KM assaulted Moose in the back and took him out so that Moose wouldn't be in Storm's corner. Yeah, during the Dan Lambert James Storm match. What I don't like about that is I don't really like ATT at all. So what they should have done was they should have had KM feud with James Storm and have this matchup because KM is actually like a great wrestler with a good look. And he would have been perfect to feud with Storm in this program. But nope, you have to have ATT to it. And not just that, but you have James Storm in there with a non-wrestler. Now backstage, Allie and her beautiful big titties are like, I'm going to take the title from... She's talking to Mackenzie Mitchell. I'm going to take the title from Norman. Nobody push me around anymore. And then LVE proceeds to push her around because she interferes in the interview and just beats the crap out of Ali. And she's beating the fuck out of Ali. She ripped off of Alicia Fox's gimmick. Ali's taken out. I love Ali's gimmick. I love Rosemary's gimmick. I love the Demon Bunny stuff they do on TV and on YouTube. I was a big fan of Laura Vaness for like 3 years. Go watch my video about her. But and I'm still a fan of her. I love her wrestling. I love her looks. She's got an incredible body. But like it looks like she's not human. But I've never been a fan of any of her characters in Impact. And I was hoping she'd be the champion one day, and now she's the champion. But like, I don't really care because she's probably on the chopping block, and she wants to be, from what I've heard. I know she's dating Zack Ryder. Okay. We had Dan Lambert versus James Storm. A lot of people erase James Storm's time in NXT and consider him in there since 2002. Unfortunately, I don't. That kind of ruins it for me. Like, I personally feel like Abyss is the real veteran. James Storm could have been if he didn't spend that little time in NXT, but he did, so it kind of got ruined for me. This was a horrible way for him to go out. It's a no DQ match, so him and Dan Lambert has never gotten his comeuppance. Like, you would have to pay to see like the manager get beat up. It always happened in wrestling. Jim Cornette, the McMahons, you always have to pay to see them get like their up and comings, if that's a word, comeuppance. Paul Heyman got. I went to the Hell in a Cell show in 2013, and he barely got anything done to him. He just got caned. But still, it was something. Dan Lambert has never gotten his comeuppance. They never put their hands on him. They'll grab his shirt, and then he'll be like this, and then one of his 9 guys will come out and interfere. That happened here. It was a no DQ match, so one by one, all the Ham and Eggers, King Mo and Lashley would come out and do something to Storm. And then Moose couldn't do shit because he was taken out. Storm kicked out of everything, and then KM. After Storm grabs him by the neck, Dan Lambert, KM comes out and breaks a beer bottle over his Cowboy's head. All the guys like took turns hitting him with beer bottles in the head. I don't know if this was like Impact's way of mocking James Storm or what, but he got like 11 fucking beer bottles cracked in his head, and then he got pinned by Dan fucking Lambert. And he's gone from Impact forever. I don't mind him leaving if that's what he wants to do. This was a garbage way for him to go out. Impact has had shitty ways of people going out in the past, like Sting and AJ. Angles was good. They always ruin it though. Angles was good, but they ruined it with that post-match beatdown. They always ruin it for people, and this was no exception. This was horrible. A terrible way for James Storm to go out. Disgusting. I would have been fine if he lost to Lashley or KM or even King Mo. Dan Lambert, and the way he did it. Like, if Dan Lambert surprised us and pulled off some wrestling moves, that would have been nice, but he didn't even do that shit. This was an abortion. It was nice to see James Storm, like, hugging the superstars in the back and saying goodbye to everybody. He, like, turned Xavier Desmond around and, like, hugged him. And then he's, like, calling his family saying, I'm coming home. Which, that was nice to watch, but you could tell he's wanted to come home for a long time. But I just don't like, oh my God, bro. And I think I thought he had one more title run in him. Especially when he was in the Revolution, the Redneck Revolution, and the DCC. But either way, he had one more run in him. Thank you, James Storm, for the memories. Thank you for 15 years, man. Your gimmick was one of the best, bro. I remember in 2007, you were like our hero. The fans used to chant, "You're our hero," to James Storm. He was awesome, bro. He's always been awesome, man. And his gimmick is a part of himself, too. Anyway, yeah, he's not acting, but thank you, James Storm. Chandler Park's debut. There was some jabroni in the ring, and Chandler Park comes out to Joseph Park's music. He's very fat. They showed a little trailer before his match of Where is Abyss storyline. If you guys remember that from 6 years ago, I remember it. It was awesome. And Joseph Park comes out with Chandler Park. The jobber's beating up Chandler, smacking him around. And then he looks at Joe Park like, screw you and screw your grandma Jessie. Or Janice or something. So Park gets mad and he decks the jobber. And then Chandler Park beats the jobber. So Chandler Park wins his debut. I like these two together. They're cool. And their number works too. Their number. Park, and Park. Okay, now here's what I want to talk about. Matt Sydal is in the back and he's cutting a promo about how the Grand Impact Championship rules suck. And I agree 10,000%. Change the rules. Give them standard rules. Make it one fall to a finish. One fall. But do something like 24/7 rules or elimination matches or something. But do something with that championship. But the rules are terrible. I don't like them. They showed a very epic promo of Alberto El Patron versus Eli Drake. And what bothered me is I expected this to be in the Impact Zone. It was at some high school gym. They taped it and they aired it here. Some high school gym where there was barely anybody in the crowd. And Patron and Drake are just beating the fuck out of each other. And I wanted Patron to win, but he didn't. He lost. Drake retains. But yeah, all this time, I thought this was going to be on the Impact show. I didn't know it was going to be at some high school gym in New Jersey. Anyway, tag team war, a family war, OVE versus LAX. These guys brawl. Sammy got taken out, which I was a big fan of. And then Santana and Ortiz, if they lose, they're out of Impact. But they beat the fuck out of these OVE guys. I gained respect for OVE now. I like them, but unfortunately that's not enough because LAX, bam, in the family war. LAX wins and they regain the championships. So they're here to stay. I thought the rules was the loser leave, so I thought OVE was gone, but apparently they're still here, I think. But it's going to be interesting to see where they go. Hopefully this is the end, though. This feud was going on for a while. It was like a family feud, you know, like the Mafia, the gangs, the Warriors, the Jets versus the Sharks. This was like that, but it's over now. And I know OVE deserves a rematch. You do that in New Jersey, in a high school gym. But yeah, LAX, good job. This was a great way to start the new year for Impact. They always start the new year off with a bang. And I was a big fan of this. So yeah, I love it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'm looking forward to doing this for the rest of the year. And sorry if I was kind of bland in this video. My first video was better. But I'll make it up to you guys in the next one. And get ready for lockdown. Peace out. Happy New Year.